Greetings everyone, it's your average movie viewer here. Today I am here to bring you a new video, and this is a recent update on my Blu Ray collection. I was down in Woi Woi, noticed that the local video store, the last one that's around my area, is finally closing down. All thanks to, streaming and all that. I don't know, they just can't keep their business anymore. So they decided to go for a clearance, and lucky me, I found some really good buys. Now, some are some really good movies, and there are some questionable movies. So, let's just jump right into it. To begin with, we have Paranormal Activity 2, Paranormal Activity 3. We all know the Paranormal Activities aren't the best horror movies made. They're basically just gimmicks for the found footage and jump scares, but I just have fond memories, which is why I decided to pick them up. Plus, when you got a movie sale like this, you just go all out and buy whatever you think you see on the shelves. Alright, next we have 3 of the Underworlds. I've got no idea the order. I know there's a 4th one. They didn't have it, so I just picked up what they had. And to be honest, I've never seen these before. Yes, I have never seen any of the Underworld movies. I've seen bits of the first one, but I've never seen it the whole way through. And to be honest, for some reason it never really piqued my interest. But of course, when you got a sale, stuff piques your interest. Next up. Now, here are some questionable movies. We have The Human Centipede 2 and The Human Centipede 3. Yes, for some reason I am into these disturbing, disgusting, bodily horror, revenge tales. I like them. For some reason I like them. Not many people do. But I just appreciate them for what they are, and, they're good for a laugh. Especially these movies. I know for a fact I've seen the second one, but I haven't seen the third one. Really wish I could pick up the first, but of course, they didn't have it. Next. Reliving my childhood here. This is reliving my childhood. We have the 3 Toy Stories. I grew up in the 90s. I grew up with Toy Story. Some of the first proper animated films I actually got to see, other than cartoons, and damn, they still hold up. The stories that they tell, the themes that are in there, they still hold up to today. And even though the third one came out 10 years later, and I was, about probably between the age of 15 and 18 when the third one came out, I thoroughly enjoyed it and almost shed a tear in the cinema. Next. Jeepers Creepers 3. What can I actually say about Jeepers Creepers? The first one is a classic to me. The first one is a horror classic. Second one's not as good, but it still has this charm to it. Now, I haven't seen the third one yet. I don't know what's gonna go on in it, but I am really hoping that they actually continue the mythology and do justice to the creeper, because this has come out, way beyond the second one. So let's just hope it continues. Let's just hope it is actually a decent movie. Jigsaw. Oh, this movie is questionable. It is questionable, but I love the Saw movies. I'm a completionist. I've got to have them all, and to be honest, this is better than the last one that came out, but for some reason, just growing up and seeing all of the Saw movies in cinemas as they came out, I've had an affinity for them. Even though people find it convoluted and the flashbacks are tedious, the cop procedurals are tedious as well, I enjoy it. I enjoy it for what they tried, especially the first one. But this one was worth the pickup. Worth the pickup to have the entire collection. This movie, I believe, is very underrated, because no one talks about this movie anymore. When this came out, this got a lot of buzz for such an original plot, but for some reason, not many people gravitated towards it. Maybe it's just because, it starred Justin Timberlake, and I don't know. To be honest, I can't put my finger on it. But we have In Time. This is actually, it's not in my top 10 by all any means, but it is one of my favorite movies. And it is definitely worth the pickup. Sorry about that, guys. I don't have good lighting in here, so I'm using my TV as a light source in a sense. Alright, next. We have Blade Runner. The final cut. I don't know actually which cut to watch. There's too many of them. I've seen the original cut, like just the theatrical release. Damn good movie, but I've been told that's not the one you should be watching. I don't know which is the one, but because I noticed that this said the final cut, I've never seen this one, so I'm very curious on how different it actually is to the original. Alright, Stephen King, one of the greatest horror writers ever, and to be honest, a lot of his movies fall flat, but this one doesn't. The Green Mile with Tom Hanks. This movie is really good. And, you know, rest in peace, Michael Clarke Duncan. His performance is... It's heartwarming. It is really touching to see this story. And, you know, I believe it's done by Frank Darabont. And this guy knows how to direct a Stephen King. This guy should be directing a lot of Stephen King films. Ah, we get to more Pixar. Another Pixar movie. Monsters, Inc. It's not my favourite of the Pixar. Not by any means, but it's still a good movie. I've only seen it a few times, and it's worth adding it to my collection, considering I don't own many animated movies, and I do love animated movies. So I thought, let's start building up that collection as well. Okay. This might be a questionable one for some people, but I had to buy this so I could rewatch it, because when I was younger, I remember this being a good movie. But maybe my brain has changed, I don't know, and I gotta see what it is, like how it is now, because I've seen it on a lot of top 10 lists of just disappointing movies and stuff like that, and that is The Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher. I actually like Ashton Kutcher. I think he's a funny bloke. He just seems like a really nice guy, and just him himself, he drags me into whatever he does. Alright. Now, it's a shame that living in Australia, Blu Rays are released really weirdly. We get a lot of sequels, but the originals are left out for some reason. I don't get why. But Hatchet 3. I love Kane Hodder. He is a horror icon as playing, you know, Jason Voorhees through, you know, Part 7 to Jason X. He is the definitive Jason, and this is basically him playing Jason again, but as a different character. And I haven't seen the third one, of course. I've seen the first one, and I haven't seen the second. And to be honest, I don't really want to watch the other ones, like this one, until I watch the other ones on Blu Ray, but I'm going to just eventually watch it anyway. Plus, this also stars Danielle Harris, and we all know her as the little girl from, you know, Halloween number 4 and number 5, and also in the Halloween remake. Not a big fan of that one, but Danielle Harris, I enjoy as an actress. She's quite talented. Another movie I've actually heard a lot about, a lot of raving about, and I still have not seen this, and I'm honestly surprised because I am into the true story serial killers, and just by looking at this case, this is a perfect casting. This is perfect casting. But Monster. You know, the story of Eileen Wuornos. Now, I didn't know about Eileen Wuornos until I actually saw American Horror Story. And the way she was portrayed in that, I was very intrigued. And I've heard that this is the definitive performance that is Eileen Wuornos, played by Charlize Theron, who is a phenomenal actress. Alright, going back again into the past, I'm a big fan of Chris Tucker. This dude always makes me laugh for some reason. This dude is just he's great. He is great, and also Ice Cube is phenomenal as well, which is also why I picked up Friday. This is a classic. This should go down as a classic. That's just my opinion. People might agree, people might not, but I love this movie, and I actually didn't notice until now, but this is actually the director's cut. So I don't think I haven't seen the director's cut. I've seen the original version of it, which is hilarious. So I wonder what they add into this to make it more funny, or if it changes anything up. Oh, I remember this movie. My mum actually introduced me to this. She told me she hired it one day, and she said I have to watch this because since I'm into fantasy and all that stuff, this is a gritty look on a fantasy type of movie, and that is Reign of Fire. The scene I mainly remember is Matthew McConaughey launching off a building with a massive freaking axe going at a dragon. I just remember that scene so damn well, and I don't remember much of the rest of it. So I had to pick it up just to get that rewatch value. This is a movie. This movie. Alright. This isn't one of those controversial movies of like, you know, why do you own this? Why do you own this? Because I know a few people like this movie. Right? It's not disturbing in any sense of the matter, but it's just a lot of people dismiss this movie. And that's number 23. Jim Carrey. We all know him as a comedy actor. He is comedy gold. And the fact that this is other than the Truman Show, where he injects some comedy into that, but that is a pretty serious story and pretty serious movie. This takes it to a whole new level. This is a full thriller. And yes, the plot is a little cheesy and a little but it's his performance. He actually is able to give a genuine thrilling performance, and I don't know why people look down on this movie. I think this is one of his best movies that he's actually made. Alright. I know, okay, I say that a lot. I know I say that a lot, but a lot of these movies I got are questionable pickups. But this movie looks interesting, alright? We all know video game movies suck. We all know that, you know, Assassin's Creed, Mario, even the Resident Evil movies are not that good movies. They do not capture the essence of the games, alright? But the best of them is Mortal Kombat. Even though it's cheesy, that's the best video game movie that's been made. And this looks like it's in the same vein, just with a different game franchise, and that's Tekken. I've seen this once back ages ago. I think it was when it actually first came out. One of my mates actually had it, and a group of us sat down and watched it. And from what I remember, we enjoyed it for what it was. So I thought, might as well add that one to my collection. Batman. Of course, I've got to own the original I believe it was 1989. Yeah, 1989. I have to own this movie. I have to. I own the crappier ones of them, with Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, just because they were the ones that I was, born in that era. They were the ones that I sort of discovered first. But, of course, this is where it all started. And Michael Keaton as Batman, he is still one of the best Batmans today. And Jack Nicholson, the way he portrayed the Joker, he was born to play this version of the Joker. Just like I would say Heath Ledger was born to play his version. The Joker has always got a different rendition in all the comics, and the fact that you see such a different performance between the both of them, which is why I kind of feel like Jack Nicholson stands out. I think he stands out as well. And, I love Batman. I'm more of a Marvel guy, I have to admit that, but I still love Batman. Batman is such a great character. Okay, another movie I haven't seen yet, which I don't know why I haven't seen, because I love Jake Gyllenhaal. Ever since I saw Donnie Darko, I love Jake Gyllenhaal. And that is Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is... It's gotten a lot of praise, nominated Best Original Screenplay at the 2015 Academy Awards. So this is a very good movie, and I'm honestly shocked that I never saw it. I saw the trailer, I was interested, but I didn't really gain more interest for it until after I heard how good it was, and how good of a performance that he gives. And, I actually can't wait to watch this. I'm probably actually going to watch this tonight, to be honest. Oh, we're getting closer to the end of the pile. There's probably, 8 more to go. There's 8 more movies to go. So yeah, I did pick up quite a bit. The Raid 2. Now, the choreography in this is phenomenal. If you ever want to watch proper action, you watch this. I love the first Raid. When that came out, I thought that was the best action movie. I thought that was the best, the best fighting scenes and whatnot. This takes it to a whole new level. This is a whole, the first Raid was here. This one is up here. This is such a great movie, and this has got some really iconic moments that stand out. And the acting, yes, even though it's not in English, and I can deal with subtitles. Man, I sat through the entire series of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden in its original, language. And it's fine. I can deal with that. I got no problems. So that's why I can enjoy this movie. I know it might turn some people off not being able to watch it in a foreign language, have to keep up with subtitles, but you got to see this movie. This movie is top notch and is probably one of the best sequels. One of the best sequels ever made. Sorry guys, TV's being a dick again. The lighting here is terrible. Sorry about this. Alright. Horror remakes. Usually I'm against horror remakes. Now, the only time you should remake a horror movie is if something went wrong in the original and it deserves a remake to reinvigorate the franchise or the movie. And we get a lot of them nowadays. We've got the remake of Friday the 13th. It's okay. Nightmare on Elm Street. Terrible. Psycho's remake. Just blatantly why would you make that movie? You made the same movie, but shit. Alright? Probably the best one that I like the most is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. It actually makes it a lot darker. Right? Yes, the acting's not as good, but I actually like how they made Leatherface in that. And this, in my opinion, is probably one of the better horror remakes of our generation. And that is Fright Night. Colin Farrell he hams it up in this. And he is such a great character in this. He is such a great actor. And he pulls this off well. He pulls it off well. And it adds a little bit of a seriousness to it, but it also keeps to a bit of the cheesiness that the original had. And yes, the original is cheesy as hell. Okay. This movie has a little... Of course, this is a sequel again. We don't have the first Blu Ray. I don't know why, because it's got a big cult fan base. But a lot of the mainstream, reviewers and critics hated these movies just because they were pale imitations of other, crime dramas. This, to me, was a passion project, and it shows. And it's more about just having fun watching these movies, and that is the Boondock Saints 2. I'm a big fan of Norman Reedus. It was these movies is the reason why I discovered him. He's in Walking Dead. We all know he's a great actor. Yes, Daryl has been wasted lately, but Norman Reedus himself is a great actor, and I believe these movies actually showcase what he can do. And they're just a lot of fun. They are just a lot of fun. Now, ranked as number 1 on IMDb. I had to pick this up just because, Stephen King, and the fact that I hadn't seen it in a long time. So I'm going to get to sort of rediscover it, and that is Shawshank Redemption. And this, of course, is done again by Frank Darabont. 2 of the best Stephen King movies ever made, sorry, 2 of the best Stephen King movies ever made are by the same director, which is why I say Frank Darabont should be helming Stephen King films. We come to a more recent movie, and the trailer for this was phenomenal. This gave us something new, something different for Jackie Chan, and that is The Foreigner. Thanks to this movie, he has now been dubbed in the community as Old Man Chan, and I kind of like that nickname. It kind of suits him in a way, and when the way the trailer garnered it out, it seemed like it was going to be full of action, but really it is more of a political drama. And it is hard to get political dramas right because half the time they are just boring. But this adds in Jackie Chan with the action, there's a little bit of comedy. Jackie Chan always has is a little bit funny whenever he performs. He has that nature about him. But, Jackie Chan is such a great actor. Pierce Brosnan, great actor too. I haven't seen it yet. I've heard good things. And I have to see it. That's why I had to get it. Alright, we've come down to the last 3 movies. We're almost done, guys. There's a lot of movies I got. Ice Age! Everyone loves Ice Age. I have not actually talked to someone who does not like this first Ice Age movie. It took me a long time to actually realise that it was Ray Romano doing the main voice of Manny. And, damn, I love the way they captured it. I love the way they captured this film. This has a lot of heart to it that a lot of people just skip over. And, it's one of those movies that, being an animated film, I haven't watched it for a while, since I was, really young. The sequels sort of dragged on, made it real. I don't know, the sequels weren't it was not Ice Age to me. This is the definitive Ice Age. You have to see this movie, and, it has to be in my collection. Gotta grow it, gotta grow that collection. Okay. Now, I made a mistake when I went and picked this up. I didn't realise which one I was picking up because I sort of just grabbed it because of the spine. And that's Dumb and Dumber 2. Now, I haven't seen this, but I've heard bad things. I've heard bad things, but you know what? I like watching bad movies. I can watch bad movies. I can get a laugh out of it. It's not funny on purpose. It's just funny how bad stuff are. So, but Jim Carrey. I will watch Jim Carrey in anything. No matter what, he is always going to have a comedic value to him. He's always going to be funny. He's just got that he has that nature about him. Just like a lot of other comedy actors. Yes, I know that the original is by far superior. But I don't know, interesting. I didn't get to see this, so I'm just curious on where the negativity is for this movie. Final movie. We're here. We're at the finale. We're at the last movie, guys. And since I grew up in the 90s, I grew up on a lot of those teen comedies. And the main one that everyone knows is American Pie. And sadly, I think we've got American Pie 2 released here in Australia. I'm not sure if 1 or The Wedding is, but they did release American Reunion. It's definitely not as good as the originals, but the thing that I like most about this movie, they got nearly every single one of the original actors in it. They actually got them all to come back for this movie. And that's what makes this movie so fun, is seeing the characters that we grew up with, that I grew up with, who I love. Steve Stifler, Finch, Ostracker, I love Kevin, Jim, how can we forget Jim? Right? I had to get this. I love these movies, I don't like the spin-offs, Beta House, Naked Mile, whatever the last one that came out was, and to be honest, Bandcamp's probably the best of them, just because the kid that they got to play Stifler's little brother is basically a miniature version of Sean William Scott. He basically is Sean William Scott when he was young. So, but this is pretty good. It's a pretty good sequel that should not have the right to be actually as funny as it is, considering there's still a lot of 90s comedy in it because they grew up there, it's their comedy, but then it also injects new comedy from the 20th century, and, from 21st century, sorry, I'm terrible when it comes to that, but definitely worth the watch. Definitely worth the watch. There it is, everyone. That was my Blu-ray update. That was a lot of movies to get through, and I mean, that was a lot of movies to get through, but my collection is growing. I cannot wait till I have a lot more. I'm gonna keep collecting more. I've seen most of the movies. I've seen all the movies in my actual collection. I just have to get through most of these, and then I can start buying some more. But knowing that, We got Infinity War coming out. You know, we got all these other movies coming out that I have to buy. Still haven't bought Black Panther yet. I don't know. I just love watching movies. I love watching movies, and I like to bring that passion into the community, get discussions going. I just it's the only way we can be. Like, in today's society, you know, I don't think kids appreciate a lot of the movies that come out that give you a lot of joy. A lot of movies get brushed off now. And even a lot of originals too. I've seen, you know, like the original Nightmare on Elm Street. People are not, you know, excited for that anymore and stuff like that. Like, unlike me, you know, I grew up watching these movies. And I'm glad I did, because I have a really good found appreciation for different types of movies. The way they're directed, the way they're shot, the music, and why some of the actors get chosen for the roles that they do. Movies are my life, and I'm glad to be able to share this with the world. So, thank you for joining me on this. Please hit the like button, please subscribe, get more content like this, and as always, I am your average movie viewer, and I'll see you next time.